Here two words are very significant. Devahuti served her husband in two ways. Vishrambhena and Gauravena. These two important processes in serving the husband or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vishrambhena means with intimacy, and Gauravena means with great respect. The husband is a very intimate friend, therefore the wife must render service just like an intimate friend, and at the same time she must understand that the husband is superior in position, and thus she must offer him all respect. A man's psychology and woman's psychology are different. As constituted by bodily frame, a man always wants to be superior to his wife, and a woman, as bodily constituted, is naturally inferior to her husband. Thus, the natural instinct is that the husband wants to post himself as superior to the wife, and this must be observed. Even if there is some wrong on the part of the husband, the wife must tolerate it, and thus there will be no misunderstanding between the husband and wife. Vishrambhena means with intimacy, but it must not be familiarity that breeds contempt. According to Vedic civilization, a wife cannot call her husband by name. The present civilization, the wife calls her husband by name, but in Hindu civilization, she does not. Thus, the inferiority and superiority complexes are recognized. Dhamena cha. A wife has to learn to control herself, even if there is a misunderstanding. Sahurdena vacha madhuraya means always desiring good for the husband and speaking to him with sweet words. The person becomes agitated by so many material contacts in the outside world. Therefore, in his home life, he must be treated by his wife with sweet words. So, the devotion of Devahuti towards her husband, how she served her husband with two specific qualities, Vishrambhena and Gauravena. Vishrambhena means with intimacy, and Gauravena means with great respect or reverence. And Prabhupada is explaining these are two important processes in serving the husband or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this case, every sentiment between Devahuti and Kardama Muni can be linked up with how one should be serving one's spiritual master. Just as Devahuti is serving Kardama Muni, who is a great devotee of the Lord. So as a Vaishnava, she is serving Kardama Muni, just as how Bhavani, or the daughter of the great king, who is to serve Lord Shiva as a simple poor woman, which we discussed yesterday. Because Lord Shiva, being the greatest Vaishnava, Vaishnavanam yata Shambhu, being an ideal Vaishnava, so her devotion, Parvati's devotion to Shiva, is on par, or is the same devotion that a disciple should have towards his Sadguru, his spiritual master. And the same is true here also in between Devahuti and Kardama Muni. So let us see today these two factors, that these two qualities is being described as a quality or as a feeling that is required from a disciple to the spiritual master, or from a wife to the husband. The aspect of wife being subordinate to husband, those things we'll take up later on. We'll come to those things, practical realities of today later on. But let us first look at these wonderful qualities which are required for, not only required, which are very integral part of every soul. Every soul is seeking intimacy. That is Vishrambhena. And intimacy is always with somebody else. So intimacy with another jiva, intimacy with the Supreme Lord is something that each soul craves for. And especially when one gets the human form of life, the subtle body is designed in such a way that there is a need for intimacy. In fact, it is this need for intimacy, it is the Kala's force for intimacy that actually bonds man and woman together in this world. Women needs intimacy, man needs intimacy. Intimacy means confidentiality, trust, friendship, surrender. These are all the different rasas that are involved in intimacy. And these are all very much exemplified in a good relationship between a man and a woman. These things are exemplified. No doubt, these things are highly active in the Maya field, Mahamaya field, as well as they are existing in the Yogamaya field. Because Mahamaya is nothing but a duplication or a imitation of what's happening in the spiritual world by the interplay of forces of Yogamaya. Here the three modes of material nature, they bring forth these things. But what we need to understand is that the soul has this nature and the characteristics for intimacy, or a propensity for intimacy. So this propensity for intimacy is not to be killed, as the Mayavadis do. This propensity for intimacy, if it is not manifest in someone, it will manifest as one grows, it will manifest. But that is not the only way one can get intimacy with conjugal relationships or relationship with opposite sex. That's not the only way one can get can bring forth his propensity for intimacy. There are many, many, many ways where this can be dovetailed. One such dovetailing is intimacy with the spiritual master. The spiritual master is external and internal. The Chaitya Guru and the external spiritual master. So the Chaitya Guru, the super soul, acts in relationship with the Jiva as a Chaitya Guru, as a spiritual master, seated within the heart of every living entity. If a living entity learns how to develop this intimacy with Gauravena, with reverence, not that intimacy means the respect goes away, no. That is something else Prabhupada says here. That is a kind of an intimacy where it breeds contempt. Intimacy is always with respect. Respect means respecting the person's free will, respecting the person's individuality. So, one can have intimacy with respect. The Lord is seated in our heart, every one of our hearts. And as a spiritual aspirant to go back to Godhead, as an aspirant of Krishna consciousness, the Lord in the heart is anxiously waiting to extend His intimate relationship with the devotees. This we have to understand. If we have respect for the Lord, if we have reverence for the Lord, then we can start having an intimate relationship with the Lord. And the intimate relationship with the Lord cannot go independent of the respect. Then it becomes concoction. Intimacy is an ananda relationship. And respect is a relationship of the Lord's existence. He is the Supreme Lord. He deserves. Existentially, He is the Lord and He is the master of everything. He is the owner of everything. He is the knower of everything. When you don't forget that, and then we can start an intimate relationship with the Lord. You can start a confidential relationship with the Lord in the heart. In fact, Nectar of Devotion says that one should converse with the Lord in the heart. The only way such conversation does not become a concoction is if it is accompanied by respect, reverence. That is why these two things are going together, Vishrambena and Gauravena. So the Lord is waiting with His open arms for the living entity to become intimate with the Lord. And as far as the beginning steps are concerned, we are concerned, the intimacy that the Lord is extending to us is the intimacy of guiding us towards enlightenment. In other words, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. The Lord is enlightening the living entity according to his personal situation. What he needs to know now. In other words, you see, everybody is, let's say there are 10 students. And if the 10 students, the master has got 10 students. And each student has got his own weaknesses in each subject. He will have weakness in maths, he will have weakness in this, he will have weakness in that. So, the teacher, what does he do? He gives personal attention. Okay, he is weak in maths. So he gives him extra maths lessons. Extra lessons in this. In other words, the teacher is sensitive to each student's requirement. That means it becomes very personal. Intimacy begins. In the same way, we have got so many anarthas in our heart. Each of our anarthas are different. What anartha I may have, you may not have. What you have, he may not have. What he has, he does not have. So the Chaitya Guru teaching the devotee, enlightening the devotee, is not a mass process. It's not a mass process of teaching. Just like today, nowadays, professors go into the classroom, there are 40, 50 people, you will tell the lesson and he'll go away. Not that each person, whether he understood where is his problem, how to move him from that level to the next level, nothing happens today. In earlier days, Gurukula education means it was characterized by this. The number of students handled by the teacher was very less, and teacher was personally seeing, intimately teaching. Intimately teaching. So today, it's not there. Now, as far as we are concerned, we have come to this path of Krishna consciousness. We are surrendered to Srila Prabhupada as our Sadguru, as our spiritual master. And Yasya Prasadat, Bhagavad Prasadat, that is the starting foundation of intimacy. You cannot have any intimacy with the super soul which is crossing Prabhupada's instructions. So through Prabhupada, that is why Yasya Prasadat, Bhagavad Prasadat, Yasya Prasadat, Bhavat Gati Kutopi. Through the mercy of the spiritual master, to the teachings of the spiritual master, we approach the Paramatma, Lord in the heart. We should approach the Lord in the heart. That is one of the practices of sadhana bhakti. And we should express our difficulties. We should anticipate help from the Lord. Whatever help, whichever way He wants to guide. So it's a very active life of intimate teaching by the Lord. Now, teaching by the Lord does not necessarily mean only Divya Gyan. Teaching by the Lord means in practical life, He will move our life situations in such a way that we learn lessons from life. We learn lessons of detachment. We learn lessons of temporary nature of this material world. We learn lessons about futility of giving our soul to anybody. We learn lessons of not giving our intimacy to anybody except the Lord. In fact, the super soul is a person who knows who you are, what weakness you have. We are completely ignorant about our own self. We do not remember what we did in our previous life. We do not remember how in my journey I fell down in previous lives. We do not know. But Paramatma knows. Where you were in your journey in self-realization and where you fell down, where you tripped. Everything He knows. So who is more intimate? The most person who knows most about you is, that means, even you cannot be so intimate with yourself as Paramatma can. You cannot be intimate with yourself as much as Paramatma can be. Surdam Sarvabhutanam. He is the closest friend as Paramatma, seated in our heart. He is the closest friend. So, we begin this relationship of intimacy with the Lord as the Chaitya Guru in our heart. Not only giving Divya Gyan, but also the super soul is Param Ishvara. He is controlling everything. He is a supreme master, supreme controller of everything. So many Ishvaras will be there. So many controllers, demigod, they all will be there. But potential control of everything is in the hands of the Param Ishvara. So as Param Ishvara, the Lord is also directing the living entity in His service. Param Ishvara is protecting the devotees, devotional service. All these activities are very intimate relationship. When somebody protects you, you feel intimate, isn't it? When somebody knows about everything about you, you feel what? Intimate. You take all these things put together, he is the most intimate person And where is he? You don't have to search for him everywhere. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. He is seated in our heart. So why aren't we striking our relationship with the Lord? Why aren't we striking our intimate relationship with the Lord? If we don't strike an intimate relationship with the Lord, then our mind and the soul will seek intimate relationship with somebody else. That cannot be avoided. especially if that particular anartha is there. And that happens mostly in conjugal relationship. That's when, one feels he needs a companion. If a brahmachari takes Paramatma as the intimate companion, you cannot have unregulated intimacy. Intimacy has to be subject to Gauravena. Very important, these two together is going on. So with great reverence, one should be intimate, one should develop an intimate relationship with the Lord, an intimate relationship of prayer, an intimate relationship of surrender. An intimate relationship of anticipating the mercy of the Lord, an intimate relationship of service to the Lord. And that is the 6 guidelines of surrender that if you analyze, it's all connected to the Paramatma. It's all connected to the Super Soul. Because he is leading us back to Godhead. He, along with the external spiritual master, together they're facilitating the journey of the soul back to Godhead. That is the reason it is said that just like Paramatma is all-pervading, the spiritual master is also all-pervading for a disciple. He is available at any point of time, any point of space, he is available for the disciple. But one cannot start an intimate relationship with the Super Soul if he does not first follow what the spiritual master has told, the external spiritual master has told. Then the Super Soul will wait. Okay, I am waiting for an intimate relationship with you. First cross all the borders that your spiritual master has told. At least in spirit, you should be having a spirit of following everything that the spiritual master has told. At least if you have the spirit of surrender to your external spiritual master, then I will come forth towards you. You will get direct instruction from me, from my heart. So a disciple also matures by first serving the spiritual master, understanding his intimate desires, his confidential desires, and serving his confidential desires, becoming his confidential servant. When you serve somebody's confidential desires, then you become confidential servant. How does one become confidential servant? One becomes confidential servant of the spiritual master by serving the confidential desires of the spiritual master. And then the intimacy moves. The Lord in the heart will extend his intimacy, and the disciple should progress like this. This is the prescription in bhakti. Because the spiritual master may not be in his body always. He will leave his body and go away. And then his instructions alone remain. But what is the guidance online when you are facing different situations in life? Instructions are there. To apply those instructions, the Paramatma helps. Paramatma guides. And one should seek such help from the Lord. So if one is constantly in such intimate relationship with Paramatma, this kind of intimate relationship with Paramatma, if one has to culture this, then one does not look for intimacy anywhere. A brahmachari can remain brahmachari. No subtle forces will act where you feel you need a companion. Otherwise, guna, kala, karma is such a force that it is through this conjugal relationship with this companionship is given. Of course, our heart is seeking this kind of thing, but most of the time you end up you don't get intimacy at all. Especially in this Kali Yuga. Why? Just now we read, no? Woman, yesterday also we discussed, woman is thinking she is man. So where you will get? There is no trust, no confidentiality. At the drop of the hat, the woman will let down the man. If the husband shouts at woman, woman will go to the neighbor and immediately tell. He shouted. Because they all think that now that quality of tolerance is not there. Quality of loyalty, intimacy. There are subtle things. These are all very subtle things which we are talking about great personalities. Like Devahuti and Kardama Muni, you are talking about Shiva and Bhavani. What is there? See, it is described here as translation. Atma Sauchena. That is the quality of Devahuti. She has a pure soul. No anarthas. That kind of thing. Atma Sauchena. That means with pure intimacy, bona fide intimacy, jiva to jiva intimacy can be there. Just like intimacy can be there between spiritual master and the disciple. Can be there. And it can be pure. It's not that we can have intimacy only with Krishna. Krishna means Krishna is devotees and everything. Our intimacy with our spiritual master is tantamount to our intimacy with Krishna. In the spiritual world, all that you do, all that you serve, the spiritual master is a medium. You are eternally his servant. Janme janme Prabhu say. Eternally his servant. The spiritual world is run by servant of the servant of the servant principle. So, this intimacy rasa is a very, very powerful rasa. Maya uses this rasa. That is why somebody will say, Prabhu, I am talking to this girl, I don't have any bad intention. What bad intention you don't have? Your heart is seeking intimacy. That is why you are hearing her problems. You are a brahmachari, why you are hearing her problems? If you hear her problem, then gone. Because every living entity has a tendency for intimacy. There will be exchange of intimacy. If you hear intimate things, you will talk intimate things next. That is the reason why restrictions are given about how a brahmachari should conduct himself. Or how a man should conduct himself, how a Vaishnava should conduct himself. If a woman wants such spiritual intimacy, she should marry a Vaishnava and then dovetail it. And if the man likes intimate relationship with people, then he should get married properly. Not throw around his shoulders to every woman, come cry on my shoulder, cry on my shoulder. I'll give you advice. All very dangerous things. Very dangerous for Vaishnava. So if one should make a very firm determination that my intimacy, the person who is worthy of my intimacy is the super soul, is my spiritual master. This is my intimacy, not anybody else. I will not extend my intimacy to anybody. You should be determined. If you are a Vaishnava, I will not extend. He does not have any intimate thing in this material world. He does not have intimate relationship with anybody in this material world. If he has, then he is burning his intimacy there. Whereas he has to preserve his intimacy for intimacy with the super soul, for intimacy with the Supreme Lord, that he has to preserve. He has to learn, starting with intimacy with the super soul, and eventually it expands into intimacy with the Lord, intimate relationship with the Lord. So therefore, one should understand that we are souls. We all need intimacy. It's a fact. We all need intimacy. We have to find a way to satisfy that intimacy need. Bhakti Yoga gives us a bona fide process of different levels of satisfying that intimacy, including coming up to the level of, get into married life with a Vaishnavi. That all provision is also given. But there are ways by which one can bona fidely express one's inner tendency for intimacy. And if one chooses a higher level of intimacy by reading, understanding everything, then nothing. He does not feel vacuum about, I need companion, I need nothing. Because Lord is his constant companion. Who can be a better companion than the Lord? That feeling should come. Who can be a better companion than the Lord? As I said, I do not know myself as much as Lord knows about myself. My soul. About my soul's journey. He knows. So simply surrender unto him and he will guide us. Externally, internally, directly, indirectly. The Lord will take charge of our life. That itself is an intimacy. With faith you have surrendered to Prabhupada, you have come to Krishna consciousness, you have given your life. That itself is the starting of intimacy. But you are not feeling it. But the fact is that yes, it is an intimate thing. You gave up your life and everything, all the desires, you have trust and a faith in what Prabhupada said and you came to Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tam sarva papibhyo mokshishyami ma suchaha. This verse has struck us. So we came and we surrendered to Krishna. And Krishna is Ma Suchahai, do not worry. And he is taking care of you. How many years each one of us are in the Krishna consciousness movement? Who is taking care? He is intimately taking care. He is intimately taking care. So we should contemplate on this intimate concern, intimate guidance, intimate affection that the Lord has for us. If you don't contemplate, then no relationship will build. You should contemplate on that. You should have a diary, write down. Incidences you write down, don't forget. Reciprocation of the Lord you write down. Even after 5 years you read it, you will feel inspired by that. Because it doesn't die. Such reciprocation relationship with the Lord is ever fresh. How you joined, how you came to Krishna consciousness, how different things were arranged. After coming to Krishna consciousness, what are tests Krishna has given you? What are you have learnt out of all those things? Who is doing all these things? The super soul is doing all these things. Because you are ready to surrender to Prabhupada, follow, chant 16 rounds, all that. These are the external instructions of spiritual master. Be in the institution, be in the association of Vaishnavas, follow the service that is being given, chant 16 rounds, finish, over. Next super soul takes over. That's how our life is. We are living with Krishna. So these are two very important things. Vishrambena and Gauravena. Very nicely Prabhupada has explained. And other things, I think now there is no time. Next class we can discuss more on this. How Maya uses this intimacy to trap every living entity. Uses this weakness for a need for intimacy is used by Maya to perpetually bind us in this material world. If you take a decision, yes, my intimacy will be only with the Lord and the Lord's pure devotee, and to the extent to which servant of the servants of the pure devotees. In this way, one's intimacy, friendship with Vaishnavas will burn this need for intimacy. And one needs intimacy. Intimacy with respect. You can have relationship with senior Vaishnavas. You can have intimate relationship with senior Vaishnavas. But it has to be, again, always the guiding factor is Gauravena. Intimacy between Vaishnavas, intimacy with God, without reverence, is very dangerous. Why? Familiarity breeds contempt and offense will happen. But if respect is there, offense will not happen. Intimacy also you'll get. Any questions?
Can you explain about specific desire about a devotee sometime ask some specific things to Lord? Means what, how it is?
Yes. You see, life is very specific. Real life is very specific. So there are specific requirements. There's specific problems. The specific needs we encounter every day in our service, in our anarthas, dealing with our anarthas. So we are full of specific problems. Then why do you say that don't make specific prayers? So there is a difference between the instruction, don't make specific prayers to the Lord, and the saying that don't have specific desires for the Lord. They are two different things. You are bound to have specific desires for the Lord. Just like we have a specific desire that, we should win the court case. How can you deny that? Are we walking around saying, am I walking around saying that? Jayega to jayega, aayega to aayega. No. We have very specific desire. Yes, we should serve Srila Prabhupada, we should win. But then you don't make that specific prayer to the Lord. Prayer is different, desire is different. You can have a bona fide desire, but it may not be turning into a prayer. Reason why? Because the Lord is all intelligent. And He knows the specific ways by which your desire should be fulfilled. So I don't ask my specific desire. Sometimes the Lord's way of fulfilling that specific desire is by not sanctioning the specific desire. Why don't you give that option to the Lord? Why should you say? Suppose you say a very specific desire. Okay, you do which way you want, but I want this. I'm not saying this way only you should give me, but whichever way you want, you do it, but I want it. But what if the Lord says, it's not good for you? I don't want to give it to you now. So again, don't go for specific desires. But you don't go for specific prayers, Specific desires you cannot avoid. We are human beings. Desires will come. Desires is part of life, part of devotional life. But the devotee is always in the hands of the Lord. He is a Param Ishvara. Leave it to Him. My desire has come. What can I do? It's there. It's not a material desire. I think this is a desire I should serve the Lord this way. And how? Because what happens in this? If we start making specific desires to the Lord, I want this, if I do this, see, it will affect our bhakti, because rather than support the bhakti, it will affect our bhakti for the simple reason that slowly when that is repeated, and suppose it is repeated and each time that is successful, you will develop a relationship with the Lord as an order supplier. I'll tell something and you supply. Supplier of desires. This is the relationship of a Kama Bhakta, not pure bhakti. In pure bhakti, we don't take service from the Lord like that for our desires. We are surrendered to the Lord. The ways and means of every moment, whatever the Lord takes my life, which way He takes, where is my problems are His problems. And if my desires are for the Lord, my desires are His desires. So why you bother? Let Him unfold the specific ways in which those desires should manifest or should not manifest. At the same time, I should not be scared about desiring. Just because I have told not to specifically pray, I should not think I should not desire. Without desire, there is no life at all. You desire, but as far as the outcome is concerned, you prefer outcomes. You prefer. Preference means not attachment. You are not attached. You do your duty, but don't be attached to your fruits. Do your duty and have preferences. I wish I could, I could get good collection today. Nobody is saying no. Have that. Preferences. But don't be attached. I should get this much. No. These are Rajaguna. I should get it today. Who are you to say I should get it today? I'll do my duty. I will work hard. I prefer I get. Why you say prefer? Because I am not the ruler. I am not the supreme. The Lord is the supreme. So immediately you're recognizing the supremacy of the Lord. You're recognizing. Therefore, if you so desire, we say. If at all we are so desperate, sometimes we are so desperate, some specific prayers also we'll pray. Especially if it is some danger and all. Specific prayers also. They are also similarly say, maybe some miracle, some way Krishna has got. Maybe He may not want to save the way in which I want Him to save me. So therefore you say, if you so desire. So we are living entities. Sometimes in desperation we pray for specific desires. But if that is the case, at least recognize the supreme final disposer is God. Man proposes, God disposes. Immediately Paramatma will feel. See, He respects that He is not the controller. He is not pushing. He is recognizing my supreme control on everything. It's an aspect of bhakti. It is a feeling of bhakti. It is a building of relationship with Paramatma. Is that clear? Any more clear? So that's why in the yesterday's class also I was saying about not making specific prayers. And that's not an instruction not to have specific desires. They're two different things. You can have specific desires with preferences, but need not pray for those specific desires. Praying means it's a relationship with the Lord. With the relationship with Lord, you should have this Gauravena, you are the Supreme Sir, if you so desire. Jai Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.